Hello, my name is Vaughan Sealey. I'm currently a financial management junior at the University of Connecticut, Stamford, and I actually didn't know about the Stamford Startup Studio until Sabrina Yuva recommended it to me. I currently work with her on a project in another program. That program is a Huskies for Charity program, and I started my own initiative within that program called the Garbage Project, which is all about combating poverty through sanitation efforts. And while working with Sabrina on that project, she recommended this program to me. That is the Stamford Startup Studio. I definitely see why she recommended it to me because my three core virtues and values are all met within the culture of the Stamford Startup Studio. Not only that, but my tactile and my soft skills are also met and complemented very well by the purpose and the culture of the Stamford Startup Studio. So let's go through this. What are some of the other reasons, other than just being suggested to, why else would I go and apply the Stamford Startup Studio? Well, let me tell you. Number one, the least of which in terms of importance is housing. I've had housing instability since the beginning of quarantine, and to have a settled and concrete place to live would be unbelievably helpful to me. Now, moving on from that, I also think my core values are complemented and met very well within the Stamford Startup Studio as a culture because of let me explain what those three are. Number one is creativity. I highly value creativity, whether it's creative problem-solving skills or creativity in terms of making something. Number two is building a community that tries to positively affect change to a broader society, whether that's through charity work, an entrepreneurial endeavor, etc. I definitely value that very highly, and I think the Stamford Startup Studio is an embodiment of what that is. The third thing that I find to be the most important to who I am is the pursuit and application of knowledge. I try to learn as many things as often as possible, no matter how important a fact seems to be. I always try to find its place of application. And the Stamford Startup Studio is that place of application, whereas UConn, as the school, is that place where I can pursue knowledge. Now, there is knowledge that comes from other places. I am aware of that. However, as a student, your job is to pursue knowledge. All right, let's move on. When it comes to my skills, why do I think I'd be great at the Stamford Startup Studio? Well, I believe my skill sets would blend perfectly with those who are already there and those who would be selected to work there in the future. Why? Because my four skills that I think, in terms of my soft skills, that are most important are my creative problem solving, my abstract thinking, my leadership, and my ability to effectively communicate. When it comes to tactile skills, or more specific mechanical skills, I believe that my 3D space planning, specifically my work on SketchUp, is above average. I'm not just above average, I believe that it's to expert levels. I'm very good on SketchUp, and I am very good at 3D space planning. I also come from a financial management background, so anything finance related is well within my ballpark, whether that's risk management or that's profit maximizing. Regardless, that is something I'm very well versed in. I also have a basic understanding of machine learning and algorithms as well as coding. So if there's any front that would need some oversight or would like another different perspective on that, I think that I could be someone who could do that. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that you learned a little bit about me and perhaps you understand why I would love to apply and why I'm so excited to apply to the Stamford Startup Studio. So if you have any further questions, you can send me an email, which both Tara and Sabrina have my email. If you have any other further questions, just feel free to shoot me an email and I'll try to respond as soon as possible. Thank you so much for listening, and I'm sure I'll hear from you soon.